Yes, that's the lore. You can fact check me on shrek.fandom.com. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you follow me on Letterboxd, which you absolutely should, you may have noticed that I've recently been led to the light and watched Over the Garden Wall. Yes, my best friends introduced me to Over the Garden Wall on Halloween, and since then I have been on a different astral plane, and I've ascended to a level of intellectuality that has allowed me the potential to create high art. And so I was inspired by the multi-talented diva frog in Over the Garden Wall, and today I'm going to rank fictional frogs. I feel compelled to share this essential knowledge, especially after Tuesday's election. By the way, if you are on the winning side, my comment section is not the space to gloat. It is not the space to be a bigot. If you are, I will delete your comments. I will remove you from this channel. I feel like this goes without saying, my channel has never been the space for that, but since there's been an uptick this past week, I feel compelled to make that known. This is a safe space, and I hope this video is healing. So at the top is, who is this diva? Some of these frogs are icons, some of them are legends, and this tier is for all of those frogs. Second tier is could slay harder, self-explanatory for the frogs that I absolutely love, no doubt, but in comparison to the icons and legends, they could slay harder. Third is you're okay, no explanation needed. And the last tier is fake ass for the absolute disgraces to the frog species name. They give us absolutely nothing. And first and foremost, we have Kermit the Frog. Kermit the Frog is a Muppets character that we've all encountered. We've all had a spiritual run-in with him. Now, Kermit the Frog unequivocally slays solely for his unmatched ability to capture any feeling on the spectrum of human emotion. Anger, sadness, joy, fear, judgment, curiosity for the tea. Kermit is more reliable than any man with the emotional range of a teaspoon that you've been dating for 3 years. So my guy is an icon, a legend, and is truly one of the divas. Next is Frog from the Frog and Toad books, a series that is near and dear to my heart from my childhood. If you don't know these books, I fear you and I fear for you. I was so ready for this, by the way. The Frog and Toad books contain short stories about a relationship between a frog and a toad. They were written by Arnold LaBelle, who is an iconic gay author himself, and his daughter confirmed that Frog and Toad are gay and in a relationship, and they were logmates. Frog and Toad kind of inadvertently introduced me to the concept of same-sex marriage and being queer when I was a wee lass and I was reading these books. And for anyone that's like, ugh, that's too complicated for my child, there was nothing complicated about that for me. Frog is such a sweetie. He's a cheerful and friendly little man, and I love him, so he's going at the top as well. Next is Trevor from Harry Potter. Fucking Trevor!
Hey.
Hey, hon, good to see you. How you been?
Fucking Trevor!
Now, what do we know about Trevor? What does he bring to the table? He's Neville Longbottom's frog, he's a hand-me-down frog, he keeps running away, and he's part of the choir, but does that really redeem him? I don't antagonize Trevor, no, but Trevor isn't giving, so I'm gonna put him in You're Okay. Now, next we've got Tiana and Prince Naveen from Princess and the Frog in frog form. Now, Tiana, queen, charismatic, hardworking, it's impossible not to root for her and like her. Naveen, however, I don't know. I am not easily impressed by or interested in men in general, so I may be biased, but Naveen had a good character arc, but as frogs though, I don't believe that they belong in the top tier. Like, they kind of slay harder as humans. But regardless, Tiana has more oomph, so we're putting her in Could Slay Harder, and Naveen is in You're Okay. Now we have Mr. Witherspoon from BoJack Horseman. BoJack Horseman is an adult animated show about a depressed horseman. I watched it a long time ago, so that's the best I got. Mr. Witherspoon though is Princess Carolyn's boss in the show. And Mr. Witherspoon is that bitch at work that is kind of competent, but is mostly ridden the backs of subordinates and coworkers that are much more talented than him. And yeah, he's in a position of power, and he keeps promoting that nephew that underperforms over the people that are more experienced and more talented. Lucky for Mr. Witherspoon, he's in a show surrounded by other characters that are far worse, if not equally as bad. So like, okay, he's not like a terrible frog. Plucked out and put aside some of these divas though, no. So he's going at the bottom. And now we finally have Skipper from Over the Garden Wall, also known as Ronald, Dr. Cucumber, Greg Jr., Wirt Jr., George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Kitty, Mr. President, elite employee of an elite show, the very inspiration for this video today. One of my favorite bits of the show is Greg constantly changing his name. In fact, we are going to have a little interlude here where we are going to rank the names that Greg gives the frog in Over the Garden Wall. A ranking inception, if you will. I'm going to go Wirt Jr. at number 10, followed by Greg Jr. at number 9, because I feel like we need a bit more originality and pizzazz here. I think Skipper at number 8, because all I think about is Skippy the peanut butter brand. George Washington at number 7, because, you know, I love old white man names for pets, but like our founding father, eh. Number 6 is Ronald, because he doesn't really look like a Ronald to me. Like, he just doesn't ooze Ronald. Number 5 is Benjamin Franklin, because again, love old white man names, but Benjamin Franklin isn't the strongest to me. Number 4 is Jason Funderburger, because it's funny as fuck. And number 3 is Mr. President. What I love more than naming animals after old white men is slapping a prefix on that. So Mr. President is perfect. My friend got a cat years ago, and I named him Sir Franklin. Wonderful name. The only thing I love more than naming pets after old white men with like a prefix on it is naming pets after food. Like, if I got a dog, I'd name it Pretzel. But I'm also obsessed with naming pets after a different species of that pet. So at number 2 is Kitty. And number 1 is Dr. Cucumber, because it combines the top 2 things that I love naming pets after. Also, this motherfucker absolutely gives Dr. Cucumber. Like, look at him. Anyway, Dr. Cucumber is the most diva to ever diva. So he's going at the top. Next is Michigan J. Frog from Looney Tunes. Dude, this frog. Warner Brothers literally abandoned this frog because of the history of blackface and racism that this character upheld. Michigan J. Frog is a disgrace to frogs for that reason. Boo boo, tomato tomato, and he's going at the bottom for that. Fake ass. Our next frog is King Harold from Shrek, aka Princess Fiona's father. And you might be thinking, frog? He's not a frog. You've officially lost a girl, and, well, yes, but also I'm here to share the lore. He was originally a frog, and then he turned human, and then he became a human permanently when he kissed Fiona's mother for the first time. Yes, that's the lore. You can fact check me on shrek.fandom.com. The thing is, he was a fake ass for how he treated Shrek. Like, babes, Shrek is an ogre, but you are a frog. Like, get it together. But he did redeem himself in the end. However, I can't get past the fact that he's always holding this bewildered expression. So while I think he was a fake ass for a long time, I think he deserves to go in just okay. Next is Pepe the Frog. Now, a while ago, I would have been like, Pepe, overdone meme, kind of an unhinged looking frog, no tea, no shade, all frogs are beautiful. But like, I probably would have put him lower until I watched the documentary Feels Good Man and I got educated on the Pepe story. So he started out as a comic character created by Matt Fury, and he first appeared in a comic strip on MySpace called The Boys Club in 2005, where Pepe was seen going to the bathroom with his pants around his ankles, and then his housemate was like, why are your pants around your ankles? And Pepe was like, feels good, man. This quickly became a viral meme, and Pepe was particularly popular on 4chan. It was very interesting to see how people connected with Pepe. Like, I remember being in like middle school or whatever, or elementary school, and kids making fun of rare Pepes, but I didn't realize that that was like an actual crypto named after him. The sad thing about Pepe, though, is that he was eventually co-opted by the alt-right movement and used as a symbol for hatred and bigotry, and Matt Fury was like, no, this is not what I stand for, this is not what I want Pepe to stand for, and it's just like literally an artist's worst nightmare. It's very interesting to think about how as an artist you can put something out there and you can tell people your original intention of it, but ultimately you can't really control how people are going to interpret it and use it. He really had the purest intentions with Pepe. Like, he just genuinely loved drawing frogs ever since he was a little kid. So Matt tried to fight legally with intellectual property lawyers, and I believe he actually did sue some people and organizations for using Pepe in that context. The documentary particularly focuses on his court settlement with InfoWars, but what turned it around for Pepe is Hong Kong protesters using Pepe as a symbol for hope and strength. Hong Kong protesters reappropriated Pepe to be a symbol for freedom and democracy and resistance against police brutality. So yeah, it was very cool, very interesting. Pepe undoubtedly deserves to join the Divas solely for his worldwide social and political impact. Like, whoa, that's a whole other level. Third to last is Quinny's frog from Heartbreak High. Now, we love Quinny and her emotional support frog. However, this frog is mysterious. We don't know anything about this frog besides that it knows how to surf. Like, look at the material. It has impact as seen in season 2, episode 5, but we simply do not know enough to deem this frog a diva, so it's going in could slay harder. Second to last is Kuropi, the Sanrio character. I don't know anything about Kuropi. Like, literally, who is this diva? But he's adorable. He's so cute. Just looking at his wiki, favorite food, rice balls. Birthday July 10th, but zodiac sign Capricorn. That's not right. As for his personality, well, he's cheerful and full of energy. Although sometimes he can be seen as careless, he makes up for it with his resilient attitude. He bounces back quickly when he fails. He also loves adventures and playing with his friends. Yeah, so he's adorable, but I'm gonna put him in could slay harder just because I'm not as familiar with his game. Okay, but lastly though, and this is a last minute addition to this frog ranking, are the frog spirits from Spirited Away. I recently learned that frogs symbolize good luck in Japan. You can let me know if that's bullshit. That's what I read, and I love that idea. These diva frogs knew their priorities, and their priority was the money gold, because after all, a diva is a female version of a hustler. I am a biased sucker for Studio Ghibli animals, so they are also going at the top. I am so happy to have reignited my creative spark with this ranking of fictional frogs. I did what needed to be done. A public service, really. My civic duty, if you will. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do hope that you enjoyed it, especially if you've had a very emotional week like I have. I hope this made you feel a little bit better. Like this video, comment if you have any thoughts on my ranking, or if there are other frogs that I haven't ranked and where you would put them. Subscribe to this channel to stick around for more content, and I'll see you next time.